Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Some few hours ago, the presidency via NSA, that's Rubado, had told Nigerians that the government of Nigeria as a country is financially distressed, and that the past administration heavily dealt a lot of blow to our finances. But it's quite hopeful that this present dispensation will try their best, will do the little they can, because there's heavy indebtedness everywhere. Of course, many Nigerians have been reacting, and just fairly recently, there is a data flying here, left, right, and center from United States, that Nigeria will be the single most highest importer of rice in 2024, and that also means that though there will be common food, there will be rice, staple food, averagely, but then our indebtedness will increase in quantum. Peter Obi have decided, as usual, to tackle the situation. And it's amazing, in fact, what he's got to say. Are we sure we did not do the wrong thing by not allowing Peter Obi in? Let's hear what he said in this present situation. According to Peter Obi, and I quote him word for word, he said, "I just read yesterday a widely publicized story from the present APC-led federal government saying that they inherited a bankrupt nation from their predecessor, APC administration. But the story failed to disclose what they inherited, which has qualified us for bankruptcy status." The present revelation, he continued by saying, "One major characteristic of a responsible governance is transparency and strict accountability. This demands that the government disclose exactly the degree of deficit they inherited. What is inherited should be disclosed to enable the public to know where we are and where we are going, or where we are heading." Recall that the previous APC government made a similar claim in 2015 against the PDP administration that handed over to them without telling the nation what it actually inherited. Rather, they took our debt profile from 12.6 trillion naira in 2015 to 87 trillion naira in 2023. When they left office without improving on any indices of development such as education, health, poverty eradication, and security. Instead, the condition of the nation on every development index got worse, leading to the present sad state. Nigerians know things are bad, and they experience it daily. What they now want to hear regularly are measurable and verifiable steps to improve the situation. Also, the alarm raised by the government about the bad state of our finances raises questions about the rationale behind some expenditure. Such items in the supplementary budget recently signed into law. The present revelation also goes to buttress the argument that I have made since electioneering season that the cost of governance is too high and must be drastically reduced. A bankrupt country should channel every available resource into funding critical development sectors like security, healthcare, education, and eradication of poverty by addressing youth unemployment, not spending in non-essential areas. So, what we expect are measurable and verifiable steps to improve the situation. P.O. Usually, whenever he writes a thing, his signature comment is always P.O., showing that it's Peter Obi is the one writing this personally, not his media. Of course, a lot of obedient have moved in to react to this, and honestly, in all sincerity, forget the fact that PO is an opposition now. I can assure you what he said is nothing but the truth. Can you imagine the government? According to indices, the past administration said that they wanted a situation where Nigerians would become an exporter of rice, and hence they closed the borders to encourage farmers to plant rice and all that. But what we discovered, I don't know if we are enemy to our own selves as a nation. Because the truth be told, when opportunity was given to our rice farmers, they promised that they're going to flood the country with rice, and they will even have excess to give out. And voila, rice started moving. Nigerians are used to worst case scenario. The worst case scenario we've seen is always a case of maybe 10,000 a bag. Where a bag of rice is higher than minimum wage for 30 days, where are we heading as a nation? Okay, they gave these local farmers, to rice farmers to supply food to Nigerians. They couldn't. Local rice is as costly as 56,000 naira a bag. As in, it's not 10 naira or local rice. What are you saying? Long before now, and this is not even Utah, this is not Christmas, this is not festive period, which means by the time it hits festive period, and with this level of increment in fuel, we may be seeing rice at 80,000, 100,000. Local rice is not viable. Now, to some extent, you want to blame, they say when you want to talk to chicken, talk to hawk too. When you want to blame the government for trying to improve or import rice, the local farmers, how market, 8 years, they gave people 4 years to make this thing happen. Some said it's not up to 4, it's 3 years. Okay, 3 years is not enough to make it abundant. Worst case scenario you would have done would have been a case of cooking. Can you allow, they said no, if you allow a bigger country to import Nigeria to shuffle the local rice, they gave them an opportunity. But instead, it was not a case of even, robbing Nigerians literally. And rice in Nigeria is staple food. But now that the government has rushed into, now with the indices that Nigeria may likely be one of the highest importers of rice in 2024 by indices and data generated by the United States, would they also import tomato, import yam? Because all these things are quite costly in the market. I think we are keeping the cart before the horse. I think we should address the issue of insecurity so that our farmers can go into farm and we'll have more than enough. You can imagine what is happening in some states where even the bandits are insisting that they must pay fine before they be able to harvest. Some of the farmers had to harvest their maize prematurely so that they can have something to take, because if these bandits come in, they are going to tax them. The government is taxing, bandits are taxing. Come on, are we running a parallel government in the north? And that's where our food basket is, literally. So you now see that the situation is a bad one, and PO came with a blueprint. He keeps saying, hold me and that accountable for whatever reasons. We did not bring in the person who could hold accountable and ask questions. We brought in someone who never believed in even going to a town hall meeting or interactive section with the people. So he didn't make any promise, literally. So whatever you see, you take. And let's hope for the best. PO have said it all. Let's also hope that he will give a reasonable answer to that. Or maybe they should also look into this matter and see how they can, he's giving them Orijo, quote unquote, he's giving them Expo. They should use the Expo, please, because Nigerians are involved here. Let's interact.